Hey guys, Camper 15, joined by my co-host Red Wolf. And even though we missed probably about 4 episodes of Rurouni Kenshin, we're gonna cover all of them.
Right here and right now.
Yes, because that's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, and hold razors apparently.
No, this is a remote.
This guy trolled me. He was doing it like this as if he's directing me to shave off my hair with it. I'm like, you already know my situation.
Anyways, enough of Razor talk. The end of season 2 has come. The Great Kyoto Disturbance Arc has finished. You have some words to say. I know when we talked off camera, you had interesting thoughts about where so far this season ended.
Yeah, I legit thought that they were gonna cover this whole thing this season, but no, after all the episodes that I've seen, I was actually reminded of some of the scenes that were actually shown in the old anime, which I legit forgot. Yeah, this last episode, the last episode of this season, it reminded me like uh there was like a peaceful moment before like the big battle. So yeah, that's it. That I'm just trying to refresh my memory now, like what happened after, like, because yes, that it was a whole big battle, but I did not expect it to. I didn't
Hold
remember
on.
how long it lasted.
Sorry to interrupt you. I have to go feed my dog. I'll be back. All right. Continue your statement you were saying.
No,
Apology.
no, I finished. I finished. Don't worry.
So yes, um, Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin, the remake, did get greenlit for season 3. So season 3 has been confirmed. I don't know when season 3 is going to come out. It could come out. I don't think it's coming out in the summertime. There is a chance it could come back in the fall, but again, there's no. I don't know if it will. For all we know, my best case is season 3 comes out sometime in 2026. Whenever that happens, I don't know, but uh, I'll say the earliest it could come out is probably fall of 2025 in that October slate, or slates of animes coming out. But we'll see when the time comes. But it did get announced for season 3, which I guess is going to conclude this Shishio arc or storyline and everything with this anticipated battle or duel that we're going to be getting. But yes, but I'm not gonna go in depth from episode to episode. It's gonna contain everything. I'm gonna talk about certain story points that happened in all the episodes to conclude season 2. So I think number one, where we last left off in a review series, we had the Ayoshi versus Kenshin fight. Let's talk about that fight. Now the fight was pretty dang epic. I want to say it lived up to a hype just yet of their anticipated rematch. I bet in the duel that's when it's gonna pay off there.
Yeah. As you can see in in this fight, Kenshin isn't really like going all out against Aoshi because as you can see, he's like, this is not the time to be fighting between with Aoshi right now. Like he's basically trying to evade all of Aoshi's attacks while Aoshi is just, so obsessed with just wanting to defeat Kenshin regardless of all the consequences. Because he even mentioned in this episode, I would sell my soul to the devil. It's himself in order to defeat Batosai. So yeah, right now he's not in the correct mindset, and we see Shishio right there, just watching with Sojiro saying, huh. I forgot that he also wants to defeat Batosai, but also you want to defeat Batosai, Lord Shishio. And Shishio's like, yeah, and so do you, Sojiro.
You also tell him to shut the fuck up later on too.
Well, later on he did say that, yeah.
Um, so that fight is going on. Eventually, at some point, Ayoshi does the two sword style type of technique
hmm
against Kenshin, which is throwing Kenshin off balance for a bit, and it gets to a point where he's about to unleash this killing blow on Kenshin, right? And Kenshin, He's the Hiten Mitsurugi style.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if
yeah, the attack that hits all vital points, basically.
yes,
Real, real Soul Zen, I don't remember.
it shocked Shishio and even Ayoshi for a bit. But Henshin Unleash, well, he unleashes it somewhat, but
Yeah, it kind of got well. That's basically where the episode is supposed to end. But yeah, during this fight, Sanosuke went inside the ship to set off the engine basically. He has his explosives ready. But who does he run into? Who does he run into when he goes in there?
oh gee.
Yeah. This is how devoted this guy is to him. He walks up to Sanosuke holding flowers,
Roses,
and
actually.
which is a type of flower, okay, white roses, and he just starts whacking Sanosuke with it. Sanosuke is just blocking like he's not really affected that much by the roses, but he is a little he does get irritated to the point he sucks Hoji so hard it smacks him into the ground. And yeah, during all this, we also cut up to the other characters, and oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the two girls that confronted the big fat dude.
We'll get to that in a second.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
So basically what Sanosuke does, he's trying to set the bombs on, but Hoji's like, I will not let you destroy Shishio's mission. And we'll get at the end of the review about how devoted this fucker is, but this man legitimately is like, he's worried for his life, because he's like, if I fail here,
Wait.
sheesh.
What you're about to talk about is actually in the next episode.
I know.
So this is the
I don't care. We're going all over the place. Not Shishio. Hoji, he's doing what he can to try to stop the bombs from exploding, but it don't matter. Our boy Sanosuke, he's on his shit. He uses the Onji technique again, and he just makes the whole ship start sinking.
If I knew we were gonna review like this, then I would have watched the rest of the episodes.
Well, I said review everything.
No, I thought we were gonna do episode by episode by episode by episode. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I guess I memorized the more recent one, so I guess that's no problem.
Well, you should know what to expect.
I don't know what to expect from you anymore at this point.
Well, I made a mention, guys. I made a mention that we're covering it.
Well, I must have misunderstood then.
Yes, you did. You did.
I thought we were gonna do what we did the last time, but
Nope. Shit, I even said at the start of the video, we're going all over the place.
And did I agree?
No, you didn't, but now you see. Always think ahead, Mr. Red Wolf.
Ladies and gentlemen, Camp 15. Have you pressed the like button yet? That's my question. Have you guys pressed the like button yet?
So, anyways, the ship is sinking, which has to put a pause in Kenshin and Ayoshi's fight.
Yeah.
Because of it. And also, Saito tried to go after Shishio, but the little bitch was cock blocking that from happening.
Which was in the previous episode. Yeah.
But essentially, because the ship is sinking, it's a failed plan. Shishio somewhat loses. He takes the L.
Yeah, Shishio goes, it's my own fault. We underestimated the enemy. And yeah, he made an announcement. I will be waiting for you. And I forgot the name of the place.
It's some mountain. Start with an M.
Yeah.
I forgot what.
Anyways, yeah, he'll be waiting for he'll be waiting for Keshin, Saito, and Sanosuke there, or they will have a duel.
So yes, that whole situation ends. Now let's cut over to the Kyoto stuff. So The only Banwan group, Masao and the others, they're preventing all these fires from spreading, in Kyoto. We do have the ninja girls or the Oni Banwan girls. I keep forgetting their names. They do make a mention to the guys, like, yeah, there was this big fatty that was very scary and he was trying to kill us and we didn't know what to do. And they're like, what are you talking about? And of course, this motherfucker shows up. It's creepy ass.
Yeah, they described him as big, round, and it turned into a ball. Projectiles do not affect them. I forgot what his role. I forgot what exactly his role was in this whole battle, but yeah.
Yeah. Regardless, that thing kind of goes nowhere. It just stalls out for a bit and he goes away, right?
Yeah, he rolls. They tried to stop him, but he just blitzed right past them.
Now with Masao, Yahiko, and Karu, they were fighting off some stragglers. They were getting the upper hand on them, but then Usui is like, so I see why there's been no fires putting ablaze. It's because of you damn children. And Masao and Yahiko, or not Masao, Karu and Yahiko, they go to attack him. He easily dodges them. And he looks to straight up try to kill Masao and impale her. But Anji shows up at the nick of time. He's like, we weren't supposed to do this. We're not supposed to kill. We're just here to basically burn Kyoto to the ground. Those were the orders. And Usui's like, oh, come on. I can't have a little fun here. And Anji's like, we gotta do what Master Shishio said we gotta do. We don't have time for this shit. Essentially, Usui is like, fine, I'll leave you. But next time, don't expect mercy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He leaves. Anji kind of saves them, and he basically is like, blah, 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 and he leaves too. In terms of the police force, right? So there's kind of like a mini subplot with these two grunts in Shishio's army, right? And they were going after the old man. Well, the old man and that one kid we saw a few episodes ago. They run into them in the alleyway, right? Now, one of them is kind of freaking out, like, are we sure we're supposed to do this? And things like that. And then the old man with the kid shows up. He's like, oh, you're more Shishio's men. All right. Stand down peacefully. We're going to bring you in. We ain't going to hurt you. But the one dude is just losing it. And he's just like, I can't lose it. I can't do it. And he starts to get scrambled with the old man to the point he slams the old man down forcefully, which starts making him bleed from the head, which gets the kid riled up. It's like, old man! And he tries to attack, but then the ninja dude, he's like, I don't care anymore. Because he's remember what Shishio told him about
survival of the fittest.
Yeah, survival of the fittest type of shit, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like he's gonna go in and kill the kid, but his friend comes in and gets impaled. We later find out his friend ended up dying because of that incident, and he becomes broken down because of it. Now, we know he runs into Kenshin in the last episode of season 2, where Kenshin gives him some good advice of saying, like, just because what you did in the past doesn't, affect who you are today. Find your own path, essentially, on what you want to do in your life. It was an interesting storyline for that guy, because he ended up obviously siding with Shishio and understanding the survival of the fittest mindset, but in all together, he realized kind of what he did was kind of wrong, and he kind of regrets what he's done, because the shit he did not only hurt other people or potentially hurt other people, it's revealed that there was barely any casualties or any damage to the houses, right? But he lost his best friend because of this incident, and that's basically coming over, and it's affecting him. I don't know if he's gonna be a focal point going forward in the future, but he definitely seems like somebody that they could have a little bit of a side story for him.
Well, yeah. Well, if memory serves me, I think this is the last time we'll see that guy. And also, this just goes to show how Shishio takes advantage of people's weaknesses and uses fear to control people, and those are the kind of results that you get. Like, this guy gave into fear. He let himself get brainwashed, and having that mindset, and he almost, yeah, he did a lot of wrongs, which caused the death of his best friend, and yeah, this is the results that he gets for following a guy that, you know, just wants to hurt people.
Yeah. Luckily, we find out the old man is a-okay. He had a full recovery, thanks to Megami, who we see her throughout these episodes tendering to these injured individuals and stuff like that, right? You do get this funny scene where there was like these three girls, right? And this one
Mhm.
girl had this cut, and basically Megumin gave her the green card, right? And she's like, "Why do I get green?" She's like, "Well, because you got a little baby cut. You can handle that on your own." And she's like, the Megumin's like, "How did you exactly get hurt, little girl?" And I guess the little girl's friends or her sisters were like, "Well, you see, there was this person that was trying to burn somebody's house on fire, and she threw this plant, but then she realized like this plant was like her father's heirloom or something." And I'm just like, okay.
Uh, it's funny yet kind of pointless.
Yeah, but these girls we see later on, they do appreciate what Megami did in helping everybody that she could. And we even see by the end of it, she's like clearly fucking exhausted from everything, right? So
Mhm.
yeah. And then the other thing that was going on in Kyoto was the guy that was filling in for Saito to be the police commander, right? So
Mm.
you have the freaking dude that's not a freaking girl, but comes across like he's a fucking girl. And then freaking devil looking man. They're taking out these police officers. The dude shows up and he's like, "Stop your sons of slaughter. For theirs, I'll take mine. You'll let us go under one condition. I can take all your best attacks." And these dudes are like,
You're joking, right?
"You're
Yeah, and,
stupid."
and yeah, yeah. Basically, the rules is I shall remain standing, and I shall fight you both, and let all the injured escape for now. But they also put a condition: if he falls or just goes down on the knee, they will slaughter the remaining injured. This this guy is a true soldier. He was at a disadvantage, and in more ways than one, he still stood strong. So
Yeah, and he still stayed alive. I honestly thought he was gonna die here.
I legit thought also.
But we later find out the worst he's got all these damn injuries, and he's in a freaking hospital bed, but he's a-okay. And we see how Saito gives him his respect for doing that, but also gives him something else to do in his absence. Um, so that's the thing. Again, I hate the fact that the guy dude's a girl, or not a girl, but that's what you call a transgendered right there. But I'm not gonna be offended. But that person's transgender. I don't like that. Came across like a damn girl, but is a dude and is in
I'm
love with Shishio.
I don't know if I would call that a transgender. I think it's just a guy be dressed in girls' clothing only.
Or giving her acting feminine.
Hmm?
Or acting feminine.
There's people like that, believe me. There's actually people like that out there.
Like,
believe me.
hey, he's just gay.
Yeah, yeah. Although I also learned dressing like that does not always make you gay. They just dress like that because they think they feel comfortable in that. So you didn't know that?
I would disagree with that statement. I think if I ever saw a guy dress up like a girl, I'm gonna suggest that they're probably gay.
No, no, but no, believe me. There's
And I have
literally
no issue with gay people. Like, if you're gay, all right, just
yeah,
be professional around me, please. I don't want that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, come on. There's tomboy girls who dress like boys, so
But that's a difference, though.
just gender swapped.
But personally, I don't mind girl on girl. That's just me.
Anyways, enough of this topic, guys.
So, regardless, not much damage happened. There was one house that got burned on fire, but together with the police and the Oni Wamban group, they managed to put it out, but they basically there was like no casualties, no really bad damage. So Shishio's whole thing about burning Kyoto to the ground, that didn't happen. It didn't come to fruition. So altogether, Shishio, like he said on the ship, I underestimated them. I should have took this shit more seriously. So that's what's gonna come into, I guess, season 3. He's gonna not fuck around now. He's gonna be like, "Oh, people are dying, and I'm not fucking around anymore." So we get the conclusion, which was the last 2 episodes of season 2 of Kenshin. So the first half is basically Saito tells Kenshin and Sanosuke, "Hey, head back to Aoya. If there's any updates, we'll let you know. But other than that, rest up, be prepared for the next fight." You do get this funny thing, conversation with Sanosuke and freaking Kenshin. Kenshin asks him like, "So, you've been hanging out at the police station. Does that mean you and your relationship with Saito is finally good now?" And this man, Sanosuke, hits Kenshin so damn hard. He's like, oh. And he's like, "Man, please, I'm never making friends with that freaking psychopath of a damn officer." I can't blame Sanosuke. The man was trying to stab him on the fucking carriage.
Yeah, there's even one more scene where Sanosuke was sleeping on the carriage, and his snoring was interrupting was annoying Saito, and he tried to stab him, but Sanosuke just rolled over in his sleep.
This is clearly going to be the gag.
Yeah, this is going to be, well, a temporary but somewhat ongoing gag. Yeah, this time. I think Saito lost this one.
So, I'm gonna get back to Aoya, and you have this nice moment between Kenshin and Karu where they reunite for the first time. Kenshin kept his promise saying he would see her again the following morning, and you just have Yahiko and Sanosuke like, "Huh, you had to bring the little Missy out there, did you?" And Yahiko's like, "I'm just doing what I'm doing." I think obviously it's clear to these two that they know she likes Kenshin romantically. It's very much clear. Shit, even in the next even in the final episode, Yahiko's like, come on, girl, you need to do the shit so you can beat Megami. You need to do the kissy kissy." And she's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
You're too young to be talking about stuff like that.
So you do that. Now, they also bring out Masao and everything, and they're just like, "Masao's and I'm just like, what the fuck happened to Masao?" And then again, you get another gag where they did the big bulgy eyes of Kenshin, where you just look at him and so like, "Dude, that's why," and he's just like, "Oro," and she's just like, "Why?" Essentially, she's disappointed that she got caught lacking against Usui, and she should have done a better job. But it's funny because they played it off for giggles to make the thing like, "Oh, she must have been badly hurt, or she's just in trouble or something." But it's just that comedic shit right then and there.
Yeah.
Which then leads to a serious thing here where Okina, or before that, before they go meet Okina, this is when Megami and Kenshin meet for the first time in a while. And you can clearly tell the woman has bags under her eyes. She's tired as shit. She's exhausted from helping all these people. And then she sees Kenshin and she's like, "Kensa?" And then she's just like, "Oh, gotta do my hair. And basically Kenshin's just like, "I heard you did all these good things for the people, making sure that the injured were okay." Well, he's like, "I appreciate that of you doing that." And clearly she gets all flustered. She's like, "Yeah." And then she runs off because she's all flustered because Kenshin gave her a compliment. And we already know she's in love with Kenshin, even though I technically ship her with Sanosuke. But
just like there was little development between Yahiko and that one little girl, I forgot her name. There was even less development between Sanosuke and Megumi compared to the old anime. In the old anime, they actually had some development.
Oh.
Yeah, so Oh man, this anime is still lacking in a lot of stuff that the old anime did.
Well, anyways, they go talk about Okina. Okina, they go see now. I'm like, oh, is Okina gonna be like on his deathbed soon? But no, he's actually okay. He just awoken and he's talking to Kenshin. He's like, Kenshin, I need you to do something for me. Now, earlier in the conversation with Misao, they overheard or Yahiko told Kenshin like, hey, Ayoshi Shinomori's back, and that's when Kenshin's like, yo, yeah, I already fought him. We didn't come to blows like where we killed each other, but you get my point. This is when the first thing we see Misao, she's like, so essentially in the conversation with Okina, Okina's telling Kenshin, I figured you heard everything that happened. Like, okay, there's just one thing I need you to do. Can you go kill Ayoshi for me? Because I can't do it. And everybody's shocked. And most importantly, who's shocked is Masao. Masao's just like, why am I feeling
Yeah.
like this way? Now, earlier in the conversation, she was talking about getting vengeance on Ayoshi for what he did and everything, and that she wouldn't forgive him. But the thing is, she's so shocked from her grandfather saying like, hey, I want you to kill this dude. Even though she said all that shit about her not forgiving, her not forgiving him and everything that happened, deep down she still has an attachment to Ayoshi. She still cares about Ayoshi. I guess you can say she still has feelings for him. What is it? And it just breaks her heart to say, oh wait, we actually might have to kill this guy. I didn't want to come to that. Now, at first, when I was watching the episode, I was thinking, oh, maybe she's feeling like this because she wants to be the one to do it. But no, it's the fact that she has this attachment and she doesn't want to see someone she cares about get killed, even though he did this heinous thing. Kenshin's
Mhm.
reply to that statement
Mhm.
basically is like, I respect your wills, Okina, but I have to wholeheartedly decline. And the
Yeah.
whole thing is Okina was telling Kenshin like he's a slaughterer and everything, and Kenshin basically rebuttals to that, saying like, you say he's a slaughterer, but if he was that, you would not be standing right here talking to me. You'd be dead. And basically Kenshin's like, listen, I don't believe he's a slaughterer because I still think deep down in him, there's still some human in him left in there. And I'm going to do whatever I can to bring that out of him and bring him back to Ioya safe and sound. And because of it, it leads to Masao basically bursting out into tears crying because she's happy about the news. And Okina reveal or, sees like, shit, I would have broken my granddaughter's heart if you made him say yes. So nice moment. I don't know if you wanted to add on or something to that.
Yeah, I was gonna say all that, but I guess you beat me to it. Yeah, because how do you feel about that, Cameron? That guy that you hate is gonna have a redemption later on.
I still fucking hate it. To me, personally, if I was in Kenshin's shoes, I'm like, sure, I got it. I'll kill the fucker. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah. If you were in Kenshin's shoes, so you would be dealing with whatever past he's been dealing with. You sure you want to know what kind of past he's been dealing with, man? If
Well,
you if
again,
if,
I
if
haven't.
you
I don't
saw,
know the past yet. But if it was me in
yeah,
those, and it was me in those shoes, I'm fucking killing him. I'm fucking
well,
killing
in
him.
those shoes, in
Now,
those.
personally, I disagree with keeping him alive. I'm like, I don't care. Fine, if they want to redeem him, they can redeem him. Still, he'll get his redemption arc more than likely. I'm still not forgiving him. I hate this dude. I still think the reason why he wants to do all this shit is petty as fuck. And then guess what? I bet you the redemption arc will be beautiful as a first time viewer. I bet it will be. But do I personally care? No. I want to see the guy die tomorrow. But I know I'm not going to get that. That's just me. So if I was me, I'd be telling frickin' Misao, I'm sorry, honey. He's dying today. You want to stop me? Stop me. I ain't doing it. He's dying today.
I think your hate for him is a little too high than it should be. I don't know. I don't know. Don't you guys agree? I think his hate is a little too high for him. I don't think you should be hitting him as much as you are right now.
Anyways, let's end off this thing. You do get a funny moment where they make fun of Sanosuke and like where they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" And they start accusing him of all these shit, and Megumi's like, he's got a bad attitude. And Shinosuke's like, shut the hell up. You know me more than anybody. And they're just like, well, you know, spiky hair people, they're not exactly good. But then they look at their one dude who's got spiky hair, and he's just like, hello? But basically, you just have it to where they're like, okay, Kenshin's friends here. Right, so basically, the last episode, outside of the duel confirmation, okay, so Shishio challenges Kenshin, Sonosuke, and Saito to a duel. Meet them at this place. Now let's get to the Hoji craziness. So basically, Shishio knows like Hoji wants to say something. Now Hoji's kind of against this duel thing. He's like, listen, you know, my lord, why don't we just burn Aoya to the ground? Because we know that's where the Oniwaban group is at. And then because of it, we can have a 10 versus 3 against them. And basically, Shishio shoots that shit down because he's like, listen, as much as I don't really care for the burning down of other people, but I will not have my reputation tarnished as a swordsman. I'll be doing this duel as the right, respectful thing. So we know he's somewhat respectable. Um,
Hmm.
and this is when you get this when they bring in the 10 swords. And basically, Shishio tells a white lie, essentially saying, like, it wasn't me that tried to leave you. This was all a part of Hochi's plan. And walks up to this dude and he's like, are you sure that's the true? Because if it's not, I'm gonna break your freaking bones. So this man rips off one of Hoji's fingernails. And Hoji's not saying anything, and he's just saying, it was me that did it. It was my plan all along.
He even bit off his own. He even ripped off the rest of his nails that he had.
Yes, to prove complete innocence that
Uh,
that's the case. He literally is like, if you know you want to prove my allegiance to Lord Shishio, here it is. He literally puts his finger in his freaking nail, or his fingers in his mouth, and he rips out his freaking fingernails. That's his devotion. That's how devoted this man is to Lord Shishio.
yeah, to ensure absolute victory, he would even go against Shishio just to help him win.
Yes. Listen, I've lost a fingernail. That shit, that shit is not fun. Now, it's not fun. But that's where we're at there. Kenshin and the others know what the duel is. They have to do it the next day. Um, you do get this nice moment between Kenshin and Karu. Yeah, Karu, where he's talking about the hidden Mitsurugi style and how to make it his own. And it's a very nice conversation between the two. That's when apparently Yahiko, basically the entire
We already
group, are
mentioned that. We already mentioned that.
basically peeping toms and watching this conversation. At first, even I was thinking like, wait, is this gonna be a moment where she's gonna kiss him? Like, no, we
No,
don't
not
get
even
that
close.
moment yet.
Not even close.
And at first, you know, I thought, you know, Megami was gonna come in and just be the fucking jokester, and she gonna get the first kiss. But no, she doesn't. But basically, it's all of the allies telling Kim, hey, you got nothing to worry about. Go fight, and we'll protect Aoya, even though we know they're gonna come after us. And that's when Karo basically tells Kenshin again, hey, I'll be waiting for you when you come back. And basically, that's kind of it of the season. So we already know what's gonna happen. I guess we're gonna be going for season 3. It's gonna be this duel, and then I clear there's gonna be our Aoya characters protecting Aoya from some members of the Ten Swords. Fights that I'm looking forward to: Kenshin versus Shishio and Ayoshi, and most definitely Sanosuke versus Anji.
Hmm.
But we're basically running out of time here. We only got minutes, and the freaking Zoom room's gonna close on us. But great season of Kenshin. Looking forward to season 3 of Kenshin. And yeah, any other final thoughts and
No,
next
no,
steps?
no, no, no. No, it's just well, look forward to that, and yeah, take care,
How do you
everybody.
rank this retelling, real quick?
Hmm?
How do you rank this retelling so
0 out of 10. Anyways.
far? We're gonna get out of here. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe out there. Hit that subscribe button to my co-host channel. Leave a link in the description below and things like that. But till then, guys, peace.